Hello. So, welcome back to another FOC video. This is something that's long overdue. I know I haven't uploaded any videos in a while, but this video is actually a revelation video, something that God had revealed to me in answering a question that I specifically didn't have, but he just kind of just answered it. And so I kind of kept it, and it's about that time to share with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get into prayer. Lord God, I thank you for revealing things to us of the mysteries of heaven, Lord God, and how things operate. Lord God, I thank you for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, divine wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, Lord God, that those are gifts that you're giving that to us. Lord God, I thank you for the discerning of spirits, Lord God. I thank you that each and every day we are hearing your voice clearer and clearer and clearer. Oh God, I thank you for clarity and confirmation that you're giving us to move forward. And like I said, answering questions that we have. Um, and so I thank you for all these things in your son, Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Amen. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this thing that God revealed to me. A lot of times people have a question of how can God be and talk to, different people, and people can feel God all at the same time. How is that even possible? Well, the funny thing is that God was talking to me and he was saying that, nature and relationships as far as, mother and child and father and son and brother and sister and friends and like I was saying with nature, the way that things flow, and just a lot of times those answer a lot of questions that we may have, with God. And it's like, well, how is this possible? How can this happen? And he'll give us, and he gives us examples through life of what we already do. It's just kind of like pointing them out. And we have that aha moment, like, oh, wow, I never even thought about that. So I'm going to jump right into this. So the question of how can God be um, omnipresent, I'm trying to, there we go. So he gave me the whole thing of the sun, right? How the sun rays is like multiple people, like 10, it doesn't matter where you are. Say that if it's like 10,000 or two or three, it doesn't matter. Each and every one feels the sun rays, the warmth individually. Does that make sense? It's like how can God's presence, how can I feel God's presence and him talking to me? How can she, her, and them, and just kind of like I don't get how God can be in the same place at the same time. And it's like, cool. Well, a great example is how can everybody feel the actual sun at one time? Is one source that everybody feels individually. They feel the warmth. Some people get sunburnt by it. Some people get red from it. Some people get dark from it. Some people don't feel anything at all. And that is just the great example of even how that works. Some people don't feel God. Some people can feel his presence. Some people, don't. Some people get convicted. Some people don't. And it's like, it's the same source, but it affects different people differently, but at the same time, if that makes sense. God is with us all the time. He said in his word that, he's with us, he watches us, he sees us, good and evil. And it's like, well, how can he? Well, he's omnipresent, just like how the sun. And again, answering that question, how can he be here all together? How can people feel it? Well, hey, just as the sun is, just as the sun, just like that, how we feel it individually, yet it's underneath the same source. That's exactly how we can all feel the Father at the same time, and how and just like how the sun affects different people in different ways, so does he. Again, some people don't feel the sun rays. Some people don't get sunburned. Some people, some people like, oh my goodness, it's super, super hot. And some people like, oh, it's not that bad. It's the same way with God's presence and God just being present. It doesn't mean that he's not there, because he's always there. And that's the thing that everyone really, really, really has to be careful and not play about. of he's always there, whether you feel him or not. The sun, the actual sun, is always here, whether we feel the warmth from it or not. I mean, even looking at it into this perspective, right now, it's the winter season, but in a whole nother area of the world, or in Hawaii or what, you will, it always stays a certain type of temperature. So, with us, we still see the sun, we feel it, but it's not as warm to us here, versus other regions, they still feel the sun and it's super hot. You know what I'm saying? And just even given that knowledge of, and that wisdom, and that that being revealed to us, like, wherever we are at, whether we know the Lord or not, whether we kind of, we know him, or we just kind of put him on the back burner, intentionally or unintentionally, he's always there, and it's always going to affect different people different ways. The whole thing is that he's absolutely real. It's absolutely real. And it's just time, man. Like I always say in my videos, like as he's beginning to show himself more, and as he's beginning to just answering questions and things and such like that, it's like, man, look, you have a choice. Are you willing to, like, take that risk of, okay, well, he doesn't exist, or I don't feel him, and this and third. And again, I'll say it again for the fifth time, look at the sun as a great example. Again, some parts, some people, the sun affects them heavily. Like some people can't even be in the sun out long because it begins to burn them and things such like that. And some people don't feel it at all. But doesn't mean that the sun isn't there. No, the sun is always there. And again, just, take that, parable or metaphor, or whatever you want to call it, and apply it to your life with your relationship with God. Whether if you know him or not, and like I said, it's different categories. It's either you know him and you have a great relationship with him, you have intimacy, or you know about him, you ask God, to come into your life, and you kind of like, been doing your own thing, or you don't know him at all, and you heard about him, or you don't think that he exists, or you think that, whatever the belief is, the whole thing is that he's still there, whether you believe it or not. Now, the consequences that comes behind your actions, that's on you based off of your decisions. So it's real short. I want to cut it off there. I'll see you guys on another video. I'm going to be sharing a couple of things that he's been revealing to me, that I want to share with you guys, give you things to think about, And so I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a great and wonderful day. Bye.